Okey, selamat pagi, salam sejahtera dan ini adalah Sejahtera Asia menemani pagi anda hari ini 5 Ogos 2022 bersamaan dengan 7 Muharram 1444 Hijriah. Kami Ghazali Zawawi
dan kami Fattah Bolhanuddin. Apa khabar penonton-penonton dekat rumah? Kita bersua semestinya dalam rancangan pagi. Penyapa pagi anda pastinya rancangan nombor 1 di Sarawak.
Apa khabar diri?
Sehat Alhamdulillah. Lama tak bersua dengan Gas ni, jadi rasa energi tu kena pick up balik lah. Setelah lama dah tak buat on air sebenarnya ni.
Dia hari tu kita buat cross live dekat Sibu kan. Hari ni dengar-dengar ada cross live juga mungkin.
Ada.
Tapi sebelum itu kita nak maklumkan kepada anda dahulu. Kita ada beberapa tajuk penting untuk kami bawakan kepada anda dan ini merupakan reason, sebab lah kenapa anda perlu setia bersama kami. Sekejap sahaja, tak rasa sampai pukul 9 pagi. Okey, tajuk yang pertama kita akan bersama dengan yang berbahagia Datuk Haji Junaidi bin Haji Reduan, Datuk Bandar Kuching Utara untuk tajuk Penganjuran Kuching Car Free Morning Edisi Pesta Kuching. Itu yang pertama. Yang kedua
yang kedua kita akan bersama dengan Desmond Liu, pengasas projek NFT. Jadi nak tahu apakah sebalik NFT itu. Dan betul. Yang ketiga,
ini yang menarik.
Yang sangat menarik.
Betul.
Di mana adalah increasing rate of infertility in Malaysia and understanding IVF treatment. Yang ini pastinya ramai yang tidak tahu sebenarnya.
Betul. Dan ada juga yang beranggapan sekiranya masalah ketidaksuburan itu berlaku, mereka mempunyai satu salah anggap yang IVF treatment ini akan menjadi 100% dan sebagainya. Butiran yang akan kami bawakan kepada anda. Baik, kami nak wawarkan juga kepada anda mengenai ini dia. Bawakan.
Ini di mana jelajah aspirasi keluarga Malaysia. Dari yang bermula pada hari ini, betul, 5 Ogos hingga 7 Ogos 2022 di dataran perayaan Petrajaya Kuching Sarawak yang bakal membuka gelanggangnya pada 9 pagi hingga 9 malam. Dan kalau kita lihat dari paparan di kaca TV jadual ni memang padat dengan pelbagai aktiviti yang menarik. Pastinya ada karnival, pastinya ada persembahan yang menarik bakal berlaku. Jadi jangan lepaskan peluang anda. Dan saya dengar cerita juga, jelajah aspirasi keluarga Malaysia ini bakal membuka ruang dan peluang kepada orang ramai untuk merebut peluang pekerjaan juga. Dan ada aktiviti-aktiviti upskill dan pelbagai aktiviti yang menarik. Jadi jangan lepaskan peluang. Orang Sarawak lagi-lagi orang Kuching dekat ajak di stadium nak.
Betul, di area stadium. Di dataran perayaan Petrajaya Kuching. Okey, juga kami nak wawarkan kepada anda mengenai ulang tahun Asian, iaitu ulang tahun Asian ke-55 Persatuan Negara-Negara Asia Tenggara, iaitu Asian telah ditubuhkan pada 8 Ogos 1967 dan akan menyambut ulang tahun ke-55 pada tahun ini.
Dan juga ASEAN ni sentiasa berusaha untuk mewujudkan rantau Asia Tenggara yang selamat, stabil dan makmur dan merangkumi ketiga-tiga tonggak politik, iaitu keselamatan, ekonomi dan sosial budaya. Dan tema sambutan Hari ASEAN pada tahun ini iaitu usaha bantuan kemanusiaan rantau. Dan ini sebenarnya mencerminkanlah komitmen negara Asia untuk kita berkembang bersama seiring agar kita lebih maju ke hadapan pastinya.
Betul, dan tak terlambat lagi untuk kami ucapkan juga pada masa yang sama selamat hari lahir kepada Premier Sarawak kita Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari yang ke-72. Betapa murninya impian beliau sempena dengan hari kelahiran beliau ini, iaitu beliau mahukan pendidikan universiti untuk percuma buat anak Sarawak. Semoga murah rezeki, panjang umur Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri. Okey, kepada anda selepas ini, tajuk kita sekali lagi adalah Penganjuran Kuching Car Free Morning Edisi Pesta Kuching. Kami bawakan kepada anda semuanya. Tapi sebelum itu, kita nak promote dahulu. Selepas ini kita nak alu-alukan tentang tetamu kita nak datang ke set Sejahtera Asia, kita nak pastikan keselesaan mereka. Jadi kita punya set pada hari ini, perabot kita ditaja oleh siapa tak?
Semestinya oleh Villa Design City One. Kalau kita tengok, ni oi.
Boleh angkat tarik.
Boleh angkat.
Tujuannya
ni
untuk apa ni mungkin?
Mungkin kita mungkin ada badan orang dia agak kurang tinggi, jadi ini dia naikkan.
Satu lagi mungkin kalau nak makan mi segera kan, makan snack, nak tengok cerita kan, sekarang ni banyak cerita hantu, mak dia setan lah apalah kan. Senang. Dia punya height tu sama dengan paras dada kita, senang nak makan. Tapi orang tanya mana nak letak minuman? Tada! Letak satu sini, komplit dah. Raya sesuai, borak dengan kekawan sesuai. Semuanya sekali lagi boleh dapat di Villa Design. Okey, kepada anda jangan ke mana-mana, terus kesetiaan anda bersama kami pagi ini dalam Sejahtera Asia.
Kembali lagi dalam Sejahtera Asia. Terima kasih kepada penonton-penonton Sejahtera Asia masih lagi kekal bersama kami. Tapi jangan lupa untuk hantarkan komen-komen anda di ruangan Facebook Live kami dan juga Facebook Live Sejahtera Asia di TVS. Senang saja, pergi ke ambil smartphone anda, pergi ke Facebook TVS, type lah apa soalan-soalan. Mungkin anda ada ajukan soalan-soalan tentang topik kita pada hari ini. Kerana apa? Kerana pada pagi ini kita ada tetamu yang sangat istimewa. Kerana topik yang kita akan bincangkan adalah berkenaan dengan penganjuran Kuching Car Free Morning edisi Pesta Kuching. Dan hari ini kita bersama dengan yang berbahagia Datuk Haji Junaidi bin Haji Reduan, Datuk Bandar Kuching Utara. Selamat pagi Datuk.
Selamat pagi Datuk. Apa khabar Datuk?
Alhamdulillah. Sehat Datuk. Dan kalau kita lihat kan penganjuran Morning Car Free ini sangat-sangat memberikan satu implikasi ataupun kebaikan juga kepada environment kita. Tapi sebelum itu Datuk, kalau kita lihat kan mungkin Datuk boleh terangkan sedikit kepada penonton-penonton kita pada pagi ini mengenai sejarah kewujudan Dewan Bandaraya Kuching Utara kira-kira pada 34 tahun yang lalu. Silakan Datuk.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Seperti mana kita semua sedia maklum, Bandaraya Kuching telah diisytiharkan sebagai bandaraya kalau tak silap yang ketiga selepas Kuala Lumpur, Ipoh pada 1 Ogos 1988. Bandaraya Kuching ditadbir, kalau kita kata on paper itu ada dua bandaraya. Satu is Bandaraya Kuching Selatan yang mentadbir mainly kawasan dulu di bawah KMC, Kuching Municipal Council, dan yang dulu anda KRDC kebanyakan anda tu, tapi sebahagian juga daripada KMC ditadbir oleh DBKU. Tetapi ada juga sebahagian daripada bandaraya ditadbir di bawah MPP, Majlis Perbandaran Padawan. Misalnya kata macam di Imat Metang tu di bawah pentadbiran MPP.
Betul.
Apabila DBKU ditubuhkan pada awalnya, DBKU bukan nama asalnya DBKU, Dewan Bandaraya. Asalnya ialah Suruhanjaya Bandaraya Kuching Utara. Asal. Lepas itu baru diubah nama jadi Dewan Bandaraya Kuching Utara. Dan DBKU ini ke Datuk Bandar dia, kalau dalam bahasa Malaysia Datuk Bandar. Tapi kalau dalam bahasa Inggerisnya daripada segi legal it is dipanggil commissioner. Bukan mayor. Bukan mayor. Datuk Bandar Datuk Bandar bahasa Inggerisnya commissioner. Dari itu yang banyak orang yang confused, dia kata dia ingat Datuk Bandar Kuching Utara ini dalam bahasa Inggeris dia panggil mayor, tapi sebenarnya bukan mayor.
Ada dua perkara yang berbeza. Kita lihat di sini.
Datuk di DBKU ni is not a true council in that sense, because kita lebih kepada dewan, commission. Because we don't have councillors. Datuk Bandar di assist by a board of advisors. Ada 5 institution, pengarah kerja raya, Timbalan Setiausaha Kerjaan Negeri, Setiausaha Kewangan Negeri, Yang Arif Program Besar Negeri, dan juga pengarah Tanah dan Ukur. Kemudian ada 5 individu yang membantu sebagai board of advisor. Tapi yang council lain dia pakai councillor. Kita tak ada councillor. So, itu beza dia. Ada lagi satu council yang juga tidak ada councillor, is BDA.
Sesuatu yang sangat menarik juga. Kita tahu apa yang Datuk kongsikan, dan Datuk juga kita melihat juga kerjaan demi kerjaan di dalam pelan penambahbaikan CBS DBKU yang diwawarkan kepada umum. Mungkin Datuk boleh kongsikan kepada kita di Sejahtera Asia ini, apakah hala tuju dan signifikan CBS DBKU ini, Datuk?
Pada asalnya ada 3 saja, CBS saja. Okay? C stand for clean, B beautiful, and then S safe. Itu dulu. Apabila sudah kalau tak silap 2013 kalau tak silap. Dan penambahbaikan kita tambah jadi CBS SS, iaitu clean, beautiful, safe, smart, and sustainable. So yang tambah 2 tu is smart and sustainable.
Betul.
Because sekarang ni the trend is all the cities in the world try to be smart cities. So kita ada association and so on. So kita selalu melaut ke Korea, China, how they manage the city in terms of smartness. So clean is biasa. Kita kalau kita kata clean, kita nak tengok bangunan kita, kawasan kita bersih daripada sampah sarap.
Betul.
Not only dari segi health, tempat penjajak dia mesti bersih and so on. So clean itu bukan saja sampah sarap, tapi dari segi all aspect in terms of cleanliness. Dari segi health ke health misalnya kata masak di restoran, jadi kita selalu kena, we have to send people to inspect.
Betul.
To supervise, tengok supaya keadaan sana bukan saja bersih dari segi sampah sarap, tetapi juga dari segi kesihatan.
Betul, saya sangat setuju dengan apa yang Datuk kongsikan, Jusek. Semalam kiranya beberapa hari lepas saya memandu di dalam daerah Kuching, Datuk. Saya melihat Kuching antara satu tempat yang bersih. Dan saya rasa ini adalah satu visi yang sangat sesuai, dan program-program ini banyak membantu sebenarnya.
If you ask me, I'm still not quite happy. Kuching used to be the cleanest city in Malaysia.
Betul.
One of the cleanest in our region.
Betul.
Only of late kita dalam 10 bandaraya yang terbersih di Malaysia, Kuching ada balik. Dulu nombor 1, dia drop kalau tak silap nombor 4 ke nombor 5 ranking dalam Malaysia. So we want to bring it back, the glory days of the cleanest city in Malaysia. So we have to, orang kata double our effort or maybe triple our effort to make it clean.
Setuju, Datuk.
Dan kalau kita lihat kan baru-baru ini di di Kuching sendiri, di mana 10 bandar di negara ini menerima anugerah standard bandar pelancong bersih ASEAN pada Majlis Anugerah Standard Pelancongan ASEAN pada tempoh 2022 hingga 2024, dan antaranya adalah Bandaraya Kuching Utara terpilih dalam 10 bandar itu. Dan ini merupakan salah satu pencapaian juga kepada Bandaraya Kuching, dan ini untuk kita menambah baik apa yang perlu ditambah baik. Dan sememangnya sebagai rakyat Sarawak, kita juga tidak boleh nak mengharapkan kepada orang kata pekerja-pekerja untuk memastikan supaya kebersihan terjaga, untuk memastikan supaya tiada isu-isu yang kita tak orang kata tak nak dengar lah. Dan kita sebagai rakyat Sarawak sendiri harus mempunyai kesedaran diri supaya memastikan supaya Bandaraya Kuching kita ni bersih, smart dan safety. Itu antara langkah-langkah yang di orang kata yang ingin dilakukan oleh DBKU. Dan kalau kita lihatkan apa lagi antara inisiatif bagi memamurkan warga kota di Bandaraya Kuching ni, Datuk?
DBKU is the only council di Sarawak yang ada jawatankuasa yang di-establish oleh DBKU. Kita panggil kejiran mesra. Idea kejiran mesra tu dulu muted by kita punya Yang Amat Berhormat Ketua Menteri P. Sri Taib Mahmud in the year 2001. Okay. After that started, I think ada yang 3 saja. Tapi sekarang kita dah ada 50 KJM. KJM ini is orang kampung yang buat jawatankuasa, and then dia menjadi agent to DBKU. Kalau DBKU nak melaksanakan program aktiviti di kampung, kita akan go together with KJM. So kita akan bagi peruntukan, tapi dia akan bagi all the manpower that we need. So dengan kejiran mesra ni, you all aspect. Tapi the spirit of it is kita nak to enhance back the spirit of neighborhoodness. Kita tak mau macam kita tengok ada setengah kawasan neighbor yang sakit tak tahu. Tiba-tiba kita dah tengok jenazah keluar pun tahu dah meninggal. So we want to bring that spirit back. Kalau dulu di Kuching ni, you ada satu tanjung, we know each other. Demam sikit we know each other. Kita tahu. Tapi we want to maintain that spirit of neighborhoodness. That's why kita form kejiran mesra.
Kiranya
all activities move toward that.
Kiranya itu adalah yang kita boleh katakan gaya hidup dengan nilai yang ada tu, keprihatinan sesama tu, Datuk, yang kita ingin tekankan di dalam masyarakat terutama yang ada di Sarawak ni. Baik, kita ingin berehat sebentar sebenarnya, Juzack dan Datuk. Jadi kepada penonton kita ingin berehat sebentar dan kembali selepas ini bersama saya Elexson, Nillian dan Juzack hanya di
Sejahtera Asia.
Hai, kembali lagi bersama kami di Sejahtera Asia pada pagi ini bersama saya Elexson, Nillian dan Juzackland dengan tetamu kita iaitu yang berbahagia Datuk Haji Junaidi bin Haji Reduan, Datuk Bandaraya Kuching Utara dengan tajuknya iaitu Penganjuran Kuching Car Free Morning edisi Pesta Kuching. Dan kita melihat bahawa Kuching hari ini adalah satu bandaraya yang kita boleh lihatkan seperti hidup kembali setelah 2 tahun kita berada di era pandemik. Dan Car Free Morning, Juzak salah satu aktiviti yang sangat mendapat galakan daripada para orang ramai terutamanya. Dan bagaimana impak program ini, kita ingin bertanya kepada Datuk sendiri pada pagi ini. Jadi bagaimana Datuk impak kepada program Car Free Morning ni, Datuk?
Car Free Morning actually, if you see, is actually a very simple activity. First muted in the year 2020. Kita muted the idea kita nak buat Car Free Morning program. But because of the pandemic, kita terpaksa tunda. So the first time we start was in April 2021. So dia punya schedule is every first Sunday of the month. First Sunday of the month. So yang kita buat dulu is just only dekat Padang Merdeka tu sampai ke dekat persimpangan RTM dari traffic light. But because of late dia banyak sambutan, the sambutan is memang is very good lah. So there are requests that we have done the survey sometime in June. We did the survey. Most of them want it to be extended. So we have engaged the police and also the businessmen around that area. Kita nak extend from roundabout, dekat traffic light tu. We will go up to the jalan raya to the reservoir.
Betul.
Dan turun bawah sampai dekat reservoir tu. The other one is pergi dekat South Club. Sampai dekat roundabout. So we will extend up to that area on the 7th. And the other one is we also want to extend to main bazaar. Tapi we have a little bit of problem, especially business macam hotels and so on.
Betul.
So if we close the road, then those people want to commute to airport and so on will be very much affected.
Betul.
So we decided not to do at the main bazaar itself, probably in the Gambia Street maybe. Dia punya objective is very simple. We want to encourage people to have a healthy life.
Betul.
Jangan every now and then dalam kereta saja. So healthy life. That means you go out, you got exercise and so on, kan? And then, with the families. So at the same time menggalakkan interaction among families and among friends.
Betul.
And then the other one is also we want to bring up the mentality of reduce the carbon emission.
Jadi saya rasa walaupun program ini simple tapi memberikan impact yang begitu positif, bukan saja kepada environment, persekitaran, tetapi bagaimana kesihatan kita, bagaimana untuk kita memastikan supaya rakyat-rakyat di Sarawak, khususnya rakyat-rakyat di kawasan Kuching mengamalkan gaya hidup sehat. Dan kalau kita lihat dijalankan pada first week of hari Ahad bulan yang pertama.
Bukan bulan pertama, hari Ahad pertama pada setiap bulan.
Dan
first Sunday.
Dan mendapat sambutan yang begitu menggalakkan daripada rakyat Sarawak. Ini membuktikan program yang dijalankan ini mendapat satu keputusan yang positif, tak Datuk? Dan kita nak harapkan supaya akan ada banyak lagi program-program yang orang kata memberikan satu manfaat yang begitu luas, bukan saja kepada kawasan Kuching tapi kepada seluruh rakyat Sarawak juga. Tapi bagaimana Datuk melihat sejarah Pesta Kuching, dan mungkin Datuk boleh terangkan juga apakah tarikan utamanya?
Pesta Kuching first muted, kalau tak silap 33 years ago, apabila selepas establish Bandaraya Kuching. So it was organised dulu, kalau tak silap saya, dekat Reservoir Park, but there was on a very small scale. And then after that it become bigger and bigger. Dia sekarang ni ada dua yang buat Pesta Kuching ni. Kalau kita tengok MBKS, dia more on macam food. Kalau kita tengok more on food. So satu bulan dia kalau tak silap saya 24 hari dekat Dewan Masyarakat MBKS. DBKU different because we can't compete. We don't want to compete in that sense. Kalau kita nak buat pesta also makan, then we are competing each other.
Betul.
So we do programs and activities sepanjang Pesta Kuching. So I think I have listed ada bahkan there quite a lot. We do the activity sempena Pesta Kuching. Dan ours is more on activity based, whereas MBKS is more on buat food fair.
Jadi kiranya Datuk melengkapi sesama sendiri dalam memakmurkan terutamanya masyarakat yang ada di Kuching. Jadi apakah harapan Datuk kepada hari Pesta Kuching ini dan juga bulan ini, bulan Ogos ini Datuk adalah hari kebangsaan. Jadi mungkin apa kata-kata Datuk kepada penonton kita yang ada di Sejahtera Asia?
The problem is satu is hari kebangsaan. Dan selalu City Day. So kita sambut City Day sempena hari kebangsaan.
Betul.
So we want the semangat what do you call it? You want to have a sense of belonging.
Betul.
Okay? So kita rasa di Kuching, di bandaraya kita mesti jagakan kebersihan, kecantikan. So we have self culture yang ada embedded in dalam jiwa seseorang to take care of Kuching City. Sebab bila orang puji bandaraya Kuching, so Kuching people akan rasa bangga. Okay? So that's why we have this type of program to build up all sorts of things. But in the end of the day, we want to have orang bandaraya Kuching have a sense of belonging, that Kuching belong to them, and that is the what do you call it, tanggungjawab bersama.
Betul.
Sangat setuju sekali.
Dan kalau kita lihat kan, Pesta Kuching DBKU pada kali ini akan menggariskan banyak program. Antaranya program yang saya boleh katakan di sini adalah Car Free Morning edisi Pesta Kuching, iaitu akan berlangsung pada 7 Ogos 2022 di Padang Merdeka, dan ceramah perdana Bandaraya Kuching pada 7 Ogos juga 2022 di Masjid Darul Ikhwan Muara Tebas, dan juga Jom Kenali Taman Botani Sarawak 11 Ogos, dan Kuching Not Cat Show 20 Ogos, Maidin Petrajaya Hari Bersama Pelanggan 27 Ogos 2022, Hari Terbuka Tapak Semayan DBKU, Seoul Mountain Bike Challenge dan Trail Run, dan banyak lagi sebenarnya program-program yang dianjurkan pada kali ini. Dan terima kasih Datuk kerana sudi meluangkan masa bersama kami pada pagi ini berkongsi tentang pandangan dan juga perbincangan kita pada hari ini. Baik penonton-penonton Sejahtera Asia, terus kekalkan kesetiaan anda bersama kami kerana ada banyak lagi segmen pada hari ini untuk kita kongsikan bersama pada pagi ini. Tapi kita nak berehat dulu, jangan ke mana-mana, semuanya hanya dalam Sejahtera Asia.
Alright, kembali lagi anda dalam Sejahtera Asia. Terima kasih banyak-banyak penonton kerana setia bersama dengan kami. Dan terima kasih juga kepada Juzack dengan Alex kerana berkongsi dengan kita. Sebenarnya itu adalah rakaman sebelum ni di mana kita mainkan dengan tajuknya Penganjuran Kuching Car Free Morning Edisi Pesta Kuching. Okey, baik, kita nak masuk ke topik yang kedua di mana semua orang ramai kena tahu apa itu NFT. Jadi pada tahun 2021 sebenarnya NFT ni memang betul-betul meletup hangat menjadi perhatian di seluruh dunia. Ramai sebenarnya selebriti ataupun atlet yang terkenal dah mula menceburi ataupun melibatkan diri dalam bidang NFT ni seperti Justin Bieber, kita ada Lionel Messi, Eminem, Stephen Curry dan ramai lagi. Dan Malaysia sendiri juga tidak ketinggalan ya guys dalam dunia NFT ini dengan adanya beberapa platform NFT yang mendapat sambutan hangat. Tapi namun kita tak tahu apa sebenarnya NFT ni. Kita duk cakap NFT apa. Jadi kita nak bawakan kepada anda orang yang lebih pakar, Desmond Liu, pengasas projek NFT sendiri. Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Morning,
been
morning
a bit...
Fattah, morning guys, and all the TV guests. Yeah, sorry, my Malay not so.
It's okay. Inilah kita orang cakap mix and match pun boleh, tak ada masalah. Alright, mungkin Desmond boleh ceritakan sedikit what is the project Escape Club and apakah yang give you the inspiration for this?
Sure. Actually, sebenarnya saya sendiri, I'm a business entrepreneur in Kuching here as well. I own a cafe, Le Parlor, and 52 Hertz.
Okay.
Yeah. So I first started invested on crypto, which is on 2020. Bila COVID lah, semua tak ada, no rezeki bah. No lah. So I just having some interest, and then in 2021 I started from the crypto. I heard about NFT. I was like you guys also, like, what is NFT actually ya?
Right.
Yeah. Macam kartun juga. I tengok kartun macam ada music juga. Apa itu sebenarnya? So eventually I think that I have to do a research and study on that one. Then I started to buy people's NFT from day one. Then I become addicted. Macam fun bah. Then from 2021 I started in half year time I earn a little bit pocket money lah. Quite okay lah. So after that one, I decided, because I learned about the coding and everything with my teammate, a bunch of friends. So I started NFT project, the Escape Club, with my sister and few friends, besties, about that one. And actually, Escape Club is inspired from, wow, you guys actually have the photo of that one. Wow, that's very nice. Wow, thank you. I'm feeling so good on that one. We have 1,600 of members currently from all around the world. Yeah, Canada, Australia, Caribbean, Morocco. So I think they will be very glad to see this one as well. So actually, Escape Club is inspired from the escape, macam lari bah. So we want to break free concept, and we want to integrate the escape, this NFT, become into real life business. So bringing 25% of incentive to all of them holding this NFT. Yeah, that is the basically the inspiration.
Okay, about NFT itself, mungkin penonton kita juga tertanya-tanya sebab kalau secara dasarnya maksud dia adalah non-fungible token. Ianya adalah token digital yang bolehkan individu menjual dan memiliki hak milik aset digital. Mungkin daripada Desmond sendiri berikan lagi perincian yang lebih jelas kepada penonton yang mungkin macam Desmond dahulu belum kenal apa itu NFT, boleh ceritakan kepada mereka.
Apa itu sebenarnya NFT kan? Yes, actually kalau we can understand Bitcoin, Ethereum, those that most people understand maybe in the for the public, dia ialah macam currency bah. So all these things, that currency is macam fungible token. Macam satu Bitcoin is 100,000. 100,000K. So if 0.5 means that is 50,000K. If you have one, you guys are having the same thing. Macam you orang having the same value. Macam sekarang I ada RM20, I bagi you RM20. You ada juga. Semua itu staff sana semua ada juga. You orang semua ada same value. Tapi for non-fungible token is that every piece of them, like what you see just now the picture, is different. They never repeat.
Okay.
So actually, it's an asset that, including we have percentage in the every artwork that we create with the PC, computerized. So all of them have different value. Let's say, you punya ini NFT ada api, ada apa. So dia ialah sangat rare, legend, and yours is Fattah, the Fattah celebrity one. So it's a different legendary. So all of them ialah different unique personality. Only one.
Do you think it's a good investment?
Yes, I would say kalau you invest into a right project, it's actually a good thing. Yeah, because actually NFT is a lot of people dia tanya juga macam tu. Dia ialah kartun kah? Macam kartun juga kah? Actually, they can be everything. They can be music, they can be song, everything. That's why celebrity started with this one. Because the idea of it is like, last time, they first started is collection. Because everything that you buy now, physical product, that can be disappear anytime. Tapi kalau dalam blockchain, let's say Cardano or Ethereum, it's a one whole thing. So whenever we do a design, let's say, now I'm inventing a cast and a Fattah, a design, your song, or this video that having today the live video. Saya upload into blockchain and I sell to people. And once I upload into blockchain, it will never delete it.
Betul?
Yeah, they will never. You cannot delete it. Yeah, so it will be always forever be there. Yeah, so that is the value that cannot be traceable. So make sure that you don't upload your photo with X.
Apa bezanya kalau kita upload sesuatu material, video ataupun gambar itu di platform lain seperti YouTube? Mungkin untuk kita tangkap imajinasi penonton.
Understand that. Actually, macam orang cakap, you can upload everything, right? I mean, like a JPEG, I can save it also, kan? I can download the song, I can upload into the YouTube. Why I have to pay so much money for that one? Yeah, because that is a copyright. Let's say you see this bottle signed by Gus, and a bottle without the signed by Gus. Will it be different value? No, it's different. It's really different value, right? Because they got a celebrity. Yeah, the authority signature. Yeah.
Alright.
So basically, every project, every asset we have the policy ID as well. Macam government punya sirim. Macam sekarang today, if you buy the government punya product, the certified one, they have a sirim. If you buy a cat from the pet shop, you have got a sijil pendaftaran juga.
Betul.
Yeah, but if you go to pick up a stray cat from the street there, it looks like Persian cat, but you cannot sell expensive. So that is the idea of it. Even you can copy, you can download, you can everything, but
need to pay.
But you check the policy ID. Every piece of them they have a policy ID, so-called sirim lah. So bila you tengok itu sirim, itu bukan genuine punya. Macam Rolex fake one and the Rolex, the true Rolex.
Betul.
Yes, that's why we have to do branding. To let's say today I'm talking about Escape Club. Yeah, this project.
But I wonder kan, bila dipaparkan tadi kartun-kartun tu ada yang membeli, tapi ni satu persoalan lah. Kenapa kita kena beli kartun dekat NFT ni sedangkan kita boleh dapat tangkap kartun tu dekat laman yang lain? What's the difference, what we call the differentiator yang kalau kita beli kartun dekat situ membawa jaminan yang macam wow dekat pembeli tu?
Yeah, like why you want to buy these things,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Well, actually dia macam why will you buy a Rolex?
Because I want to watch.
Because you have a strong branding.
Yeah.
Yes,
Strong
exactly.
branding.
You see, you guys have the answer already. It's about the strong branding. You see, today you can buy any watch. I don't want to say the name. Brand. Okay. You can buy any watch. Then you can use digital watch or the kind of the good watch, everything. But compared to the Rolex, the price tidak dapat memang sama bah. Yes. Because the thing is that they actually have the same function. You don't tell me that Rolex they can fire, they can electric. No, they have the same function. But the thing is that they have the branding things. So that is why today I'm standing here because we want to promote the culture and also promoting our project as being on macam proud of Malaysia project.
Betul.
Yeah, we want to make sure we want to bring to international level and tell more people about Malaysia project. We are proud of it, and we want to create the strong branding. And for everyone overseas them, they see it. Wow, Malaysia project, and they will become having more and more value, branding and all that. Yeah, that is
especially
how.
to creative industry players in Sarawak sebab NFT ni boleh melindungi karya seni mereka, meletakkan harga atau nilai kepada aset mereka. Jadi ini antara kepentingannya yang sudah pun kita fahami. Sekarang kita nak tanya Desmond pula mengenai orang kata mata wang untuk beli NFT. Adakah terdapat spesifik mata wang untuk beli NFT mungkin?
Yes, actually we can understand it macam digital money sama real world money. Macam real world punya itu money ialah SGD, MYR,
Singapore dollar,
yeah,
ringgit,
Australia dollar, all those things.
Alright.
So let's say today an Australian come here to our Malaysia here. They want to buy a kolomi roti canai, dia dah dapat pakai itu Australian dollar bah. So they have to change also. Change to MYR so they can, so the tauke boleh bagi dia roti canai bah.
Kalau tak ada change.
Yeah, no change. Yeah. So that's the same thing also. So in terms of the NFT, it's the same thing. It depends on which blockchain that we build the project. Let's say today we are building the project on Cardano blockchain, the top 5. Is in the top 5 they have like few 100 million of people there. So basically we need to get the currency. It's just like SGD, MYR. So we have to use the MYR to buy the so-called the currency, digital currency of Cardano currency, ADA. Yeah, from then once you have a digital wallet, you hold the ADA, then you can use the ADA to buy the your product, your NFT. To choose your NFT to buy.
It's easier when you have digital wallet.
Yes, you must have digital wallet, and
especially nowadays, right?
Yes, and make sure that when we're talking about macam digital wallet kan, dia orang ada macam 24 wordings, consider like a password. Yeah. So those password, make sure you don't give to anyone, because if anyone have the password, I mean not the password, they can key one macam perkataan. 24 perkataan. So once you key in all the perkataan, unlock the wallet. So let's say today you have a e-wallet, and then you write on the paper, and suddenly someone took it, Fattah get it. Okay. Then she opened it. It's unlocked already. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright. In reality, inflation is happening globally. So how does it affect your NFT business?
Actually, I would say inflation will only benefit the NFT or I mean this kind of the things in the future, because you boleh perasan, you can feel it whenever there is inflation. Most of the stuff like collectible, valuable stuff like gold, the price naik kan, because the money is the same currency. Let's say 10 years ago we buy the laksa with 4 ringgit. Yeah, but today you buy laksa with 4 ringgit. Mana ada, you cakap sama saya. I check with I go there.
Belum campur oyster, belum campur udang.
Maybe kosong one lah, Yeah. So basically laksa maybe cost like 8 ringgit nowadays. So inflation, MYR, even though it's the same thing, but inflation, because the product will be increasing the price. But gold, you see the gold, dia punya harga naik bah.
Betul.
Keep on naik on the kg. And digital stuff like NFT, they will be only ongoing, because they are for branding, for collectible. They want to substitute with another kind of digital gold.
Okey, kita beli dan labur NFT ni kan, bolehkah ia membawa satu pulangan yang berjuta-juta ringgit mungkin?
Yes, possible. Yeah, possible. But it depends on. But you have to be wise investor. Jangan macam
jangan
penny.
Sekadar labur, jangan dan kita malas nak update.
Atau macam you dengar rumor, macam orang cakap sama you, oh this project macam good lah. Then you don't do research one.
Then you FOMO. Sekadar tak ada follow up semua.
You panic buying. You see like, oh this project good. Okay, then I invested. And I invested, and then people suddenly got a rumor. Oh this project already, the developer already run away. You know, escape already. Not escape already. And then, oh okay, then I sell it already. Yeah. So that will become a big problem. Ya, jangan cakap juta lah. Mungkin you utang juta ada lah. So basically, but if you do research, you buy things with conscious, with research. Actually, yes, you can. But of course, not in the short term. Dia bukan scheme cepat kaya.
Yeah.
We have to take the reason today we are here is trying to build a right mindset. Yeah, we're not encouraging them to buy our product. But of course, if you guys want to buy our product, support Malaysian product, of course, we'll be happy.
How about you in this business? How's the profit so far?
The profit is good. Yeah, it's good, but not too much to say about the quality lah. But okay, I mean, I started as an investor last year. Overall, makes a very good profit from day on, like 100 times profit from my model. Yeah,
Wow.
and then eventually I started to think that, what if, being a Malaysian, we start to do something ourselves that we were proud, you know.
Betul.
Yeah, because I know that in all over the world, still Malaysia compared to today is slower, but probably we can start building it. It's not easy, sebab Asian small company, when we first started, we only have like 100 members, and then maybe only selling like 50, 80 pieces. But until today, only half year times we saw like 1,000 plus already. Yeah, and keep going. And our second edition, the Azerec is already sold out already.
Alright, is it MFFT follow the trend, or what should I buy? What should project that I should buy?
This is a very good question as well. A lot of people, dia orang mungkin mau tahu. There is a lot of people, they might follow trend to copy the previous success. Yeah, like let's say the Ethereum, they have a project very success, then they create another one, copycat we call it. Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend to buy any follow trend stuff unless you are being the first one. Yeah, we so-called OG. So if you are buying, let's say you are in Cardano blockchain, our blockchain, you can consider buying few item product that is, I think is very good, like Pavia. Pavia is like a metaverse. This is the OG, the first metaverse in Cardano. So I think being the first, they stand a very good identity as well. Yeah, they have a strong advantage. Yeah, and of course because we are the Malaysian project, the one of the few.
Yang potential investor mungkin tertanya-tanya juga apabila mereka membeli NFT, di manakah agaknya ianya disimpan?
Actually depends on which blockchain. Kalau let's say I'm doing in the Cardano blockchain, so you have to store in Cardano. So if you're buying from Ethereum, you have to store in the Ethereum, but you must get an e-wallet. Register an e-wallet, so everything of your asset will be in the e-wallet. When you want to sell, ada smart contract, you just click in, merge, synchronize the smart contract, you can sell it.
Lihat kepada kepentingan pulangan yang boleh mencecah berjuta-juta ringgit, kan? In your opinion, why do you think NFT is our future?
I think dia macam adoption mah. There will be even more and more young people coming in. Yeah, sebab when I mean like 100 years ago, let's say we just example. 100 years ago, we are using the letter, kirim surat, kami punya bapa
tak ada paperless.
Yes, no paperless, right? Yeah. And then after that one, we start to use you know, the first big phone. Hello. Then after that one, the mobile phone. So happy, you know, I got a mobile phone with MP3, you know. Yeah, I feel like this is the future. You know, this is the future.
At that time.
At that time. That is the future. And then after that one, I find WhatsApp, MSN. Wow, this is the real future. Yeah. But future is never ended. But we have to be like in advance, 10 years in advance. Every step is a baby step. So why NFT will be the future? Because they will be getting more and more people going in. But they are not only doing design for collectible. Maybe they design integrate into business. Let's say macam Ramly. Ramly Burger, everyone they will know it. Yeah, but today Malaysian Ramly Burger is so famous. But overseas, they don't know about Ramly Burger.
Yet.
What if, what if Ramly Burger, they started to invent their own NFT? By buying an NFT of the Ramly Burger, all the profit will be used for making franchise. in the all over the world and then getting discount.
That's a good example. That's a good example of how important in buying NFT. Last but not least, I think this is quite important too. But Sarawak in general, are we ready for this kind of investment?
Yeah.
Yes, I think they are ready. I see a lot of good potential from here. Even like TVS, they can do their own NFT, and just like TVS, we don't have the TV before. I mean, our own channel, but now we have TVS already.
Yeah.
So I think Sarawak, we are going to have more and more. Yeah, just that we need more, proper knowledge into this one, like workshop, class, or all those things, so people will know the real example knowledge from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boleh
Boleh.
Okey. Ini adalah satu pengetahuan yang saya kira mungkin untuk kebanyakan penonton kita, satu pengetahuan yang segar dan baru namun sangat bermanfaat pagi ini yang boleh Sejahtera Asia kongsikan kepada anda. Topiknya adalah semua yang anda perlu tahu tentang NFT, dan itu yang dibawakan oleh Encik Desmond Liu, pengasas projek NFT pagi ini. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Dan selepas ini kita akan bercakap mengenai topik kesuburan, kan?
Yep, betul. Yang pastinya menarik perhatian kita untuk tahu apa
penting
jadi penting juga, jadi kita nak berhenti berehat, jadi jangan ke mana-mana, hanya dalam Sejahtera Asia.
Okey, kembali lagi dalam Sejahtera Asia pagi Jumaat ini, dan pastinya topik yang seterusnya sangat penting, iaitu increasing the rate of infertility in Malaysia and understanding IVF treatment. Kita bersama dengan fertility specialist SUNFERT Kuching, Dr. Haris Nyo Suharjono. Good morning.
Selamat pagi. Good
Selamat
morning.
pagi. Namanya kayak Indonesia sedikit.
Ya.
Boleh ceritakan sikit latar belakang mungkin?
Memang saya lahir di Jakarta di Indonesia, tetapi saya datang ke Malaysia dengan keluarga saya, mak bapak, bila saya umur 11 tahun. Dan selepas tu masuk Universiti UKM, menjadi doktor, dan selepas tu berkhidmat di Hospital Umum Sarawak sejak housemanship sampai saya retire lah.
Wah, maksudnya asalnya Indonesia lah orangnya. Kita kan serantau kan. Okey, situasinya adalah kadar kelahiran di Sarawak penonton turun lebih kurang setengah pada tahun 2021 dan ini tak dinafikan kan tak? Dan doktor disebabkan oleh pandemik COVID-19 yang melanda kita lebih kurang 2 tahun dari segi faktor kewangan dan sebagainya. Looking at this situation, maybe first you can share with us about the birth rate in Malaysia overall.
Okay, that is an interesting question. Actually, the birth rate in Malaysia has been declining over the last 70 years, not just during the pandemic.
Okay.
In 1950, the birth rate was 44 births per 1,000 population. That's how you calculate birth rate.
Okay.
And in 2020, it has dropped to 14.4.
Okay.
That is a huge drop. And this is data from the Malaysia Department of Statistics.
Okay.
I think another important indicator of fertility health in Malaysia is the total fertility rate. Total fertility rate is the number of children a woman would have in Malaysia during their reproductive years or during their lifetime. Interestingly, it was six children per woman in the 1950s.
Okay.
And that has dropped to 1.7 in 2020. Now, this is a concern because if it's 1.7, it is lower than the replacement total fertility rate. What I'm saying is the total fertility rate replacement rate is 2.1. Let me explain. 2.1 because you have to replace the father and replace the mother plus 0.1 for growth.
Okay.
So at 1.7, then we are looking at the current number of birth rate and fertility rate is not enough to sustain Malaysia's population growth. And this is a concern.
Why do you think it's declining year by year, doctor?
That's a very good question as well. First of all, infertility rate in general in worldwide and also Malaysia is not, Malaysia is also been rising. Infertility rate has been rising based on data from LPPKN, which is the Lembaga Penduduk dan Pembangunan Negara. The infertility rate or prevalence of infertility among Malaysian married couple was 6.9% in 2004. And that has increased to 10 to 15% now.
Okay.
That means we are talking about doubling of the infertility rate among Malaysian married couples within a period of 20 years.
Wow.
And
Sounds scary.
yes, it is. And we know now that 1 in 6 couples may have infertility issues at some point of their reproductive life. And we must not also underestimate this, as you have explained earlier, the impact of age, stress, unhealthy living, couples, the wife and the husband both working, right? And then the couples now, they marry later, and perhaps they decide to start a family later in their 30s, and that is a major contributory factors to the lower birth rate. And
But how do we know if we have the fertility issues? You know,
that
who
is
is affected by it?
okay. Almost anyone can be affected by infertility because infertility does not have to have signs and symptoms. It could be us. We don't have signs and symptoms, but we could have infertility. But there are groups of people who may have signs and symptoms, and they are at higher risk of having infertility issues. One would be age. As a woman gets older, then their fertility declines. Actually, the most fertile period for a woman would be between 19 to 30 years old, right? 18 to 30 years old. And once 18 to 30 years old is when they are at their peak of their fertility, the ability to get pregnant. And once they reach 31 to 35 years old, it's still high, but it's starting to drop off. Now, between 36 to 40 years old, there is a rapid decline in their fertility rate. And also, even if they produce eggs every month, they have regular periods, the quality of those eggs decline as well. So just because they produce eggs doesn't mean that it's easy for them to get pregnant. And once they reach 41 and above, obviously it gets harder for them to get pregnant. Then the others would be in terms of if they have symptoms lah, yeah. Let's say about menstrual problems lah, problems with their menses which is less than 21 days, that is too short, or menses that is longer than 35 days, right? Or when the periods is irregular. Irregular means you can't predict when the next one is coming.
Yeah.
That is irregular, and some women will have periods as few as once or twice a year. So these women may have problems with producing eggs on a regular basis. And if you don't produce eggs, then you can't get pregnant, or it's difficult to get pregnant. One of the common gynecological problem that affects women up to 20% is something patients always say as PCOS or PCOS. That is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Patients with polycystic ovarian syndrome might not produce eggs on a regular basis. Then there are women who have low ovarian reserve. Let me explain what low ovarian reserve is. Low ovarian reserve means the ability of the ovary to produce eggs and produce quality eggs that will end up as a pregnancy. So women who has had surgery on their ovaries, you know, if they have a cyst on the ovary and the surgery is done, and women who may have had cancer and they had cancer treatment, this may affect the ovaries, reducing their ovarian reserve. Yeah. Generally, problems with producing eggs affects up to 40% of the causes of female infertility. That's very high. Then there is a group of women who have very painful periods. And I'm not talking about periods that's painful on the first day. I'm talking about painful throughout the period. They may have a gynecological condition that is fairly common as well, called endometriosis. And this endometriosis causes inflammation in the pelvis, and sometimes it affects the function of the ovary, the tubes. It can block and damage the tube, and it may cause, it may affect the function of the uterus because through growth like adenomyosis in the uterus itself. Fourth would be those who have low sperm count. Male factor infertility is on the rise. Obviously, men might not have any symptoms or signs at all, but sometimes they may have a history of injury to their private parts or infection of their urinary tract or private part. That may affect sperm production. Sometimes there is like, if you have varicose veins on the legs, you have varicosities in the scrotum itself, which heats up the testes, and that reduces sperm production as well. 60% of semen analysis, I'm not talking about 60% of men, 60% of men who
Semen
have
analysis,
analysis are abnormal. So that's quite high. And we also know that erectile dysfunction among men, including younger men, is rising as well. Probably stress and modern living. And finally, we must not forget those who have long distance marriages. Obviously, if you have the wife and the husband working in different cities, one in Kuching, one in Miri, then they won't be able to meet regularly. Or those husbands that works in offshore. We see quite a number of these patients in SUNFERT clinic. So if they are not having regular sexual intercourse during their fertile period, then it's harder for them to get pregnant. This would be the answer to that question.
Okay. Mungkin kita sangkakan yang badan kita sihat, right? So just Dr. Haris said that it's kind of hard to track the fertility issue. So when is the right time to seek help for these fertility issues?
A very good question. I think the right time and the simplest answer to that is if a couple has been trying for about a year to have a baby and they are unsuccessful, then something may be wrong. And they then should go and see a gynecologist or a fertility specialist just to find out why they are not getting pregnant. And the other would be like my previous answers, if you have, your periods are irregular, infrequent, or you have very painful periods, then go and check. And because age is such an important factor,
like you said just now, the fertile period for women is between 18 to 30 years old, and then the fertile rate might be lower as the age is above 30 years old. But the solution, is it marriage is the only solution, or maybe you can suggest to a carried woman on what do's and don'ts in their diet maybe, so that if they want to marry later, they still can get a child?
Yes, I mean, obviously, we can try, or women or men, can try to optimize or improve their fertility chances and take care of their body in terms of, at some point later on in their life, hopefully not above 35 or 40 years old.
Yep. Not too late. Not too late.
To improve their chances, one is, of course, to eat healthily. Eat a healthy, balanced diet in moderation. Try to maintain their ideal body weight, right? Exercise regularly. There are supplements that's helpful, for women and for men. For men, it's zinc and selenium. That's good for sperm production and quality. And basically know about their body signals. Women should know about their body signals as to if they have regular periods, when would their fertile periods be? And usually the fertile periods would be 14 days. 14 days before their next period.
They should aim for the right timing.
Yes.
For the fertile period.
I wonder lah, Doctor, can infertility be prevented? And how?
Certain causes of infertility may not be preventable. Things like premature ovarian failure or early menopause. If you've reached menopause, then you're not producing eggs. And the other would be the opposite for men, would be the primary testicular failure. When you have primary testicular failure, then the testis is not producing sperm anymore. But in a lot of other situations, it can be preventable. It can be optimized such that your fertility chances would improve. As I said, healthy living, good work-life balance, make sure you have enough rest, enough sleep, make sure you have sex regularly, and know about your body signals, when are your fertile periods, so that you can have sex targeted at that period. The way I always say is that make time to make love.
Make time to make love. Less
So to
stress.
speak.
Okay, if you look at the visual, maybe you can share with the audience as well what fertility specialists do to diagnose the issue maybe.
Okay, these are showing embryos basically in the lab. The fertility specialist would not be dealing with the embryos. It's the embryologist that does that, so, sorry, your question was?
What will be diagnosed to solve the issue?
Usually when a couple comes to SUNFERT clinic, for example, we take a thorough clinical history from the couple, how long they've been trying to get pregnant, right? Does the female partner have any sort of problems, gynecological problems, any surgery done before? What's the menstrual history like? Do they have any issues with sexual intercourse? History of smoking? Then usually the man would go for a sperm analysis, and that takes about 1 to 2 hours for the results to come back. Whereas the female partner then would have a pelvic examination and ultrasound. One of the important tools in terms of assessing the ovarian reserve in a woman is, of course, to calculate the number of antral follicles. Antral follicles are little eggs that you can see in the ovaries using a pelvic ultrasound scan and doing a blood test called anti-Mullerian hormone. This in itself can tell us whether the ovaries are going to be responsive if, let's say, the couple goes for an IVF treatment. Sometimes, if for certain treatment, the female partner may have to assess their fallopian tubes to see whether it's damaged or blocked.
Block, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. If a woman had a baby once, because when we talk about infertility, it usually happen before the woman have a baby. If the woman had a baby once, is there any risk that she will be infertile, doctor?
Yes. Actually, we do see quite a number of cases where they have given birth before, but now they are unable to give birth. So it's possible to have infertility after they were fertile before and managed to give birth before. We have also seen men, it's in the second marriage, where in the first marriage they can have 3-4 children. But now, when we check the sperm, it is abnormal, and that is the reason why he was not able to father a child again. Right? So, the causes of infertility can occur at any time during their reproductive years. When they are younger, obviously it's easier to get pregnant, then perhaps the ovaries function starts to decrease, that's one. They can have gynecological problem like endometriosis at any point in their reproductive life in women, and that can damage the tubes, the ovaries, and the uterus. So it's possible to have infertility after being fertile before.
Okay, and last but not least, maybe your advices for couples having infertility issue out there, because there might be few couples they're kind of secretive about this issue, maybe because of the community, etc.
The mentality lah.
Yeah, what's your advices for them?
Time waits for no one. That would be my advice, because the success rate of any treatment largely depends on the age of the woman. Obviously, if they are less than 35, they have time. As I said, when they are above 35, then my advice would be to seek treatment early. As a general guide, I would say that if they are less than 35 years old, they have regular periods, right? They should see a fertility specialist after 1 year of trying and they are unsuccessful. If they are 35 and above, perhaps that period of 1 year should be reduced to 6 months, and it doesn't matter whether they have regular or irregular periods.
Topik ini penting sekali kami bawakan kepada anda sebab sekali lagi kalau sudah kami maklumkan tadi kadar populasi ataupun birth rate di Sarawak pada tahun 2021 sahaja menurun lebih kurang setengah pada tahun 2021, dan seperti yang doktor katakan tadi itu mungkin disebabkan oleh gaya hidup yang tak sihat, pandemik COVID-19, carrier dan sebagainya kan tak?
Jadi kesimpulannya kalau kita cakap kita kena tepuk dada tanya selera lah. Apa yang kita lakukan? Sama ada kita stres ataupun kita terlampau work life balance
workaholic
kita tidak
sangat.
balance, workaholic sangat sampai tak ingat dengan diri, itu kena hati-hati sebab itu boleh affect kita punya kesuburan tu. Jadi saya rasa tajuk yang sangat menarik.
Sangat penting.
Sangat-sangat
Jika
penting.
nak tonton lagi sekali, kira banyak scientific term juga kita dengar daripada doktor tadi. Tak boleh nak digest one saja kan.
Betul.
Sekali lalu je tak boleh.
Berkali-kali.
Nak tengok lagi sekali, boleh tengok dekat YouTube. Senang juga. Boleh cari dekat FB Live kami, dekat Facebook TBS dan Facebook Sejahtera Asia. Kita nak ucapkan terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada Fertility Specialist SUNFERT at Kuching, Dr. Haris Nyo Suharjono. Thank you so much for your sharing.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
It sounds scary, but actually it's really helpful. It's really helpful. Yeah. Okay. Kepada anda, teruskan kesetiaan anda bersama kami di Sejahtera Asia, kerana Sejahtera Asia setiap hari, setiap pagi menemani anda untuk edisi Jumaat kali ini. Sampai di sini sahaja. Kami Ghazali Zawawi
Dan kami Fattah Bolhanuddin.
hanya di Sejahtera Asia. Daripada Inspirasi,
Kami cetuskan inovasi.
Assalamualaikum.